Welcome to Ultimate Parks International in Greeley, Ontario. It's the junior women's gold medal match between Dyno from Vancouver and Origine out of Quebec City. Wow, this is going to be a good one here at the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships. Dan Mooney alongside Etienne Fournier. Etienne, certainly no stranger to these championships. You've played in 133 of them.
Approximately 133, you're absolutely right.
There you go. These two teams are the best two teams in this junior women's division, and they've certainly displayed that throughout these championships.
Absolutely. Dyno from Vancouver haven't lost a game all that season.
Wow.
And Origine, the only game they lost was against Dyno. Yesterday in pool play, they lost 15-10. So these two teams came into Ottawa with one thing on their mind. It was to win that national championship. Dyno is the defending champion in the women's division, while Origine finished fourth last year. So looking forward, an extremely exciting gold medal game here in Ottawa.
We are ready to go. Dyno in the dark jerseys, dark shorts. Origine from Quebec City, white top, blue shorts, and assorted color cleats.
Maëlys Le Chasseur doing the pull for Origine.
There are two Les Chasseurs on this Origine team as Dyno starts their first offensive possession of this gold medal match.
Zone defense by Origine.
Little flip out to the outside and a good defensive play there by Elodie Asselin. Number 33, Ellie Ngoudui for Le Chasseur. Maëlys Le Chasseur drops that off for Breton, and stoppage in play as a foul called back in the area where Le Chasseur was being guarded very, very closely.
So an early break opportunity for the Quebec City-based squad. Maëlys Le Chasseur, part of Team Canada, who competed at Worlds late in July, finishes fourth overall in the world.
And she is the go-to offensive force for Origine. Asselin for Le Chasseur. Maëlys Le Chasseur. Nice throw into the end zone for the goal. What a throw. What a catch. Origine lead 1-0.
I just love the way Maëlys kneeled down to find that little window of opportunity, reaching out to her teammate for not only the first break point, not only the first point of the game, but the first break point. So Origine starting very, very strong in this first point of the gold medal game.
A tremendous play at the goal line, and that's the kind of thing that you can expect to see throughout the remainder of this gold medal match, is those subtle, those beautiful plays that you have to have the gift or you don't have the gift.
Absolutely, and one that is very gifted on the field today is number 13 from Origine. She's just a rock star of ultimate, so athletic, and she has such a good and strong mindset, always positive, good fighting spirit. So Dynos will be receiving their second pull of the game, but they will have also to play upwind for this point.
Here comes Dyno, their first offensive possession. Tessa Bell moving it up near side. Great catch there. Lynn, number 28. More weather up. Bell, far side. Laurencito Fung drops that one back off for Tessa Bell. Bell, little forehand deep into the end zone, brought down there. Hazel Peary ties it up at one apiece.
Flawless execution by the dark jerseys, just moving up the field against Origine 1-1 defense. And I just love the last pass, which was not directly to the target, but it was put in the space deep in the end zone in order to give the receiver full of time. Hazel Peary just securing the first point for Dynos from BC.
Dyno defeated Origine in pool play. And how rare is it, Etienne, to see two teams from the same pool get to the gold medal match?
That was a very tough pool in this instance. Well, it all depends about your previous year results also, which has a major impact on your next year seeding. But if in the meantime you improve dramatically, then you can end up with like some kind of a power pool, which we have seen this year at National Championship. That's why Origine and Dyno, the two contenders for gold medal, ended up being in the same pool. But one thing which is fun for Origine, they haven't lost a game. Their first game was lost against Dyno in pool play. So it's a cool thing to, if you have one game to lose, well, I'd rather have it in the pool play than in the final.
Absolutely. And now they know what to expect. They hadn't seen Dyno before that. But Dyno, a very successful program out of Vancouver. They're on defense right now and employing the press. Here's Le Chasseur. Moves that one up. Breton sends that back. Le Chasseur can't get to it. And another turnover. Zoe Young sends it out far side for Nina Tsai. Tsai out to the outside. Lauren Fung has it now. Noor Altaba at the goal line. Altaba, a little flip into the end zone for the score to Zoe Young, and it's 2-1 for Dyno.
At the turnover, it seems to have some confusion on Origine on who would pick who on defense in the transition, which led to some flow on Dyno, but still they were able to shut down that Dyno momentum. But still, they found a slight window in the coffin corner that we like to call when you're stuck right on the goal line to score. We have a mark on yourself. It's very hard. There's no much room, to maneuver there. But still, Dyno figured out a way of scoring their second point of the game.
Always toughest to score the closer you are to the end zone. Just too many bodies within that one spot. And like you saw with Maëlys Le Chasseur on Origine's opening goal, I mean, just a finesse pass underneath anything that might knock it down, and it had some zip on it too.
It takes a great vision of the game and great throwing skill to make it accurate, and just to make that kind of a pass through tons of heavy traffic in the end zone.
With the 2-1 lead, Dominic Weatherup with the pull. Here comes Origine. Over to the far side, Lilia Enriquez gets it down, and a good defensive play there from Hazel Peary. She got a goal to open the scoring for Dyno, and now she does it defensively too.
It was a great decision, but the pass was just running short, which allowed the Dyno defender to block this number 2. Beatrice Nadeau was a great target, but the pass was slightly short.
And the wind has picked up here, and that's going to affect passing as well.
Absolutely.
Back the other way. Hazel Peary sends that up. Ryan Young. And number 77, Maëva Breton, with the hand block and no foul called. Another turnover here, and Manzi has it going back the other way for Origine. Nice pass inside. Maëva Breton for Manzi. Back out for Breton. Breton, little flick. Enriquez Back out for Manzi. Breton. Right in the middle of the pitch. Noor Altava right there. Manzi going far side. Nobody open in the end zone. Getting dangerously close to the end of that stall count. Dishes off for Breton. Breton. Little forehand. Henriquez. 1 yard out. Nobody moving. Nobody to throw to. Manzi has it. Good possession here by Origine, keeping the disc away from Dyno. Breton. Mav Breton. Sends it back out. Manzi. Manzi will go far near side. Number 41. Zoe Canwell. Canwell with the left-handed forehand into the end zone. Great grab. Justine Leclerc. No, on the goal line.
She was on the line.
They didn't let her in. Origine continuing to work hard, but they are forced back. Noor Altaba on Breton. Breton back out to the middle for Manzi. Manzi. Little throw underneath. This time, Henriquez gets it, and it's 3-2, or 2-2. Origine ties it back up.
2 points each side, one break point for each squad. Great patience from Origine. I would have liked the white jersey to be a little more disciplined in the end zone. Their vertical stack was a little chaotic in the end zone, and also it took them quite a long time before swinging the disc on the left-hand side, which kind of opened. And when you have a handler like number 9 Manzi, which is an amazing left handler, so you got to use that, and you got to take advantage of that. But nonetheless, Origine responding very well with their second goal.
I think Origine's coaching staff have to be pretty happy with that possession, though. They ate up a lot of clock, and they were disciplined enough to stay with the plan and move the disc down the field.
Absolutely, and that's what the game plan of coaches, the couple who are coaching the Dufault. So great patience. We see 3-1 in the pool crossover play for Origine. And they beat Toronto 15-4 in quarterfinal, and they win their semi 15-8 against Canyon,
so
based out of Vancouver.
They've been dominant against every team, with the exception of Dyno.
And that, as we mentioned, these two teams were expecting to reach the gold medal game. And so far, that's quite a very tight game we are witnessing so far.
2-2. 11 minutes into this one.
Zone defense by Origine.
And Dyno does a great job of breaking it, but they can't handle it. A breakdown in concentration, and guess who broke it up? Le Chasseur.
Great anticipation by number 13, which offered a great cut inside as we talk.
Here's Maëlys Le Chasseur, the long hook into the hands of Anaël Breton. 3-2, Origine.
What a pass! That covers more, probably like close to 40 yards long, upwind in the space, allowing number 14, Anaël Breton, to just chase that disc, being left all alone by a defender. She had all the room behind her, so what a great execution, and it's a solid point scored by Origine.
They lead 3-2. We're going to keep an eye on lead changes in this one. Already, there have been 3.
And this is the second break point by the Quebec City squad.
They had to win 7 games or 6 games to get to this position through the pool and the crossover, the quarters, the semis, to get to this gold medal match. 7 games in 4 days. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, considering not only the playing time, but you got to also count the warm-up inside. And it was fairly hot here in Ottawa over the course. It was actually beautiful weather, but still you got to make sure you're properly hydrated. You eat your loads of protein in order to be on top of your game shape when the big final comes.
You're still going to lose some weight, even if you take every precaution possible. It's just the weather, the humidity is so dense here in the nation's capital that these athletes are feeling it, certainly.
Absolutely right, Dan.
So Dyno starts out once again. Tessa Bell moves it up. Now she plays it back, weather up. Finds Hazel Peary in the middle. Nice little drop off there for Lauren Zito, but it's coming back.
It's a one-to-one defense by Origine, which kind of swapping around their defense format, maybe to create some confusion on Dyno's O-line.
Zito Fung moves it out, Suki Liang. Moves it up, Peary has it in the middle. Stops up, Justine Leclerc right there, trying to knock her off stride. Little dish there for weather up, into the middle for Tessa Bell. Bell to the outside. Weather up. Little forehand up the middle. Here's Zito Fung. Little left-handed flick to number 22, Lauren Chen. Or make that number 28, Sin Jung Lin. All kinds of movement of the disc in traffic. Full marks to Dyno for that. Little quick flip from Peary just beyond the reach of Sin Jung Lin.
Just shows that it's a good representation how that coffin corner is tough. There's not much room to throw the disc, and if you just put just a little too much gas on the disc, it will go out of bounds, it will be out of reach. So great execution by Dyno, which unfortunately they're not able to convert on.
Listen, one little snap of the wrist, that's all it takes. So Origine now with the disc once again. They pick it up. Emily Barrière on the far side. Suki Liang on her. Moves it out for Maëva Breton. Manzi now. Manzi looked down the sideline, had Henriquez breaking, but couldn't get her the disc. Good defensive play there by number 55, Tessa Bell, to get in the way. Little flip by Manzi and another turnover. Great shot into the end zone. Bell has it. And Dyno comes back to tie it up once again.
Number 42, Hazel Peary, just literally stealing that disc away from the Origin player's hands and just stood up and quickly dishes in the end zone for Dyno's third point. And once again, Dan, we have a tie game.
Tessa Bell gets her first goal of this gold medal match. And what a great feed from Peary, not only making the defensive play, but having the presence of mind to pick up the disc and find the open player in the end zone.
So in the same second, she laid out, landed, stole the disc away, and just dished it for the points. That's just an amazing display of how talented she is.
This is a seesaw battle. It's almost like a prize fight at the end. These two teams both trading punches right now.
Absolutely. Just providing everybody an amazing show. And Dan, these are all juniors athletes, so they're 18 and below. Can you imagine in a couple of years from now how skillful and how amazing, they're already amazing athletes, but imagine in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, how good will they become?
Oh my, the sport has grown in such leaps and bounds since the early days of the No Borders tournament when they first started in 1985, 86, 87, 88, in that area. And this sport, especially in Ottawa, one of the hubs, is another sort of 50-50 ball, and now a foul called against Dyno, and the observers are going to have to get in there. Linda Kudo, Len Lang, Hélène Marchand, and Colin Coots are the observers in this gold medal match. And the spirit of the game is that the players will settle things on their own. The observers are there to just move them along.
Facilitate the decision making, and they are also active on the line calling. So if you catch a disc out of bounds or outside of the end zone, they will call it proactively.
Origine held inside their own zone. Noémie Le Chasseur out there, and another turnover. Dyno at the goal line. Little flick. Grabbed there by Tegan Nickel, and they give her the goal. So now Dyno leads 4-3.
Dyno just scored their second break point and just punishing Origine for their miscued near their own goal line, so taking a short 1-point lead. We are tied at 2s in regards of break point in this gold medal game.
So Zoe Young with the assist. She's got a goal and a helper in this one. Tegan Nickel's first statistical note of this gold medal match.
So Dynos will make the pool upwind. The wind is not very strong, but there's like some kind of gusts hitting the field from mainly from the right hand side of your screen towards the left hand side of the screen. So Dynos will go upwind for the pool.
Not even 20 minutes into this one, Etienne, and 4 lead changes already.
Already. I don't think we have seen the end of it yet, Dan.
Here's the pull. Kathy Huang settles it down. Manzi. Far side for Breton. Maëva Breton for Manzi. Ava Manzi, great handler. The lefty moves that one up the right side. Justine Leclerc moves it back for Breton. Breton looks one way, getting to the end of the stall count. Leclerc finds Manzi. Manzi flips it out near side for Lessard. Emma Lessard.
Zone defense being played by Dyno, even though Origine is playing downwind.
Well, this is where patience comes in very, very handy, and that's usually in the hands of a handler like a Manzi, who another turnover may result in Dyno opening up first 2-point advantage of this gold medal match.
Numbers don't lie, Dan. 1 pass out of 10 will be incomplete. So if you force your opponent to do a high volume of passes, 1 will go down for sure.
Altaba to the goal line, little flick inside, and Zoe Young has the goal, and the Dynasty may continue.
So Dyno's another quick counter after the turnover, not wasting any second, just moving the disc upward, bringing it to the goal line with a few yards only necessary to complete for their 5th point, and that's their 3rd break point of the game. They are now ahead in regards of break point, even though Origine scored the first break point on the first point of the game. So still, Dan, you mentioned it was a kind of a boxing match, just exchanging punches, and well, as of now, Dynos is in the lead.
In the lead, and they've seen it all. They've seen every team that they've come up against in this tournament. They've seen it all. They've seen every defense that teams can possibly throw at them to knock them off stride, and they just like a great athlete. They're the great athletes that they are. It's really difficult to, if they get something going, they're going to keep going and keep going and keep going, and that's coaching.
And you're absolutely right, and that's why the Origine squad just called a timeout, and in order to find a solution to Dyno's very well executed zone defense, they will need probably like a 4th handler getting involved and just moving the disc very, very quick, and even crashing in the cup to create some confusion on defense, and which will more likely create some openings for Origine to move the disc beyond the wall or beyond the zone.
The lead now is 2. We've seen it happen so often against really, really good teams. If the lead gets to 3, in a gold medal match such as this, that might be an insurmountable lead.
It might be. And you're saying that, Dan, and just before this game, I had a chance to comment on a bronze medal in the women's division, and Canadians were leading by 3, but it ended up being, the game was ended on a universe point, or a tiebreaker, which Canadian ended up winning, but still, you got to play until the end.
That's it. Breton for Le Chasseur. Into the hands of Eliane Gaudouin. Breton for Le Chasseur de Le Chasseur. And Gaudouin, Gaudin. And Gaudouin finds Le Chasseur. Now Maëlys Le Chasseur looks into the end zone. Disc is coming back. 50-50 disc. And Anna Breton comes down with it for her second goal of the match.
Great execution by Origine, finding or creating the holes into Dyno's zone defense up until midfield, where they were just they outnumbers the dark jerseys defender, and then Maëlys throwing kind of a gutsy throw, because there was a few dark jerseys around the receivers, Anaëlle Breton, but still Anaëlle Breton did a great job of positioning her body to make sure that, okay, to secure the space over her and in the space behind, in front of her. So great job.
There were 3 sets of hands going up for that disc.
Absolutely.
And for her to come down with it, that was absolutely a tremendous effort to get this to 5-4. But Dyno gets the disc back, and that's more important. Great intensity shown by Origine to come back, and you talked about it at the top of the show, Etienne. You talked about Maëlys Le Chasseur. As she goes, Origine goes, and she's already got 3 assists so far in this gold medal match.
She's a playmaker. Now we're seeing a pull that just landed just a few inches inbound. So great pulling by Origine, forcing Dynos to put the disc back into play into their own goal line.
Cito Fung moves that. Peary to the outside, moving the disc quickly. Our Dyno. Sin Young Lin moves it back. Weather up. Goes into the middle for Cito Fung. For Peary. Hazel Peary with the disc. Little flip up for Cito Fung once again. Back into the middle. Weather up. Weather up. Little flick. Cito Fung looking for some movement. Finds it into the middle. That's Liang. Moves that one out. Lin on the far side. Moves it back into the middle. Tessa Bell with it, and an infraction called.
Once again, what an amazing this movement by the dark jerseys. They started from their own goal line, and now they're about 10 yards shy of their next goal without any turnovers, and just moving the disc upward and now allowing Origine's defense to settle down. So always defense that's moving, it's always a defense that you can create holes into.
Well, geez, coaches have to love that. They are dictating the pace of play here, and Origine has to counter or answer with something very, very quickly.
Great pass and run by Dyno's handlers.
Nina Tsai into the end zone. Weather up comes down with it. They make it look so easy.
So Dyno's taking a 2-point lead back in this final, and Dyno's intention is no way, we're not gonna let this lead run away from us. See how we execute on offense. We're just moving the disc around, and even though Origine was playing a very tightly fought in the shadow of Dyno's play, really athletic defense, clean but very, very athletic. There was always room being created by the handlers of Dynos, which led to their 6th point.
They're 2 points away from halftime, and do you see, I mean, Origine is going to have to make some adjustments to get the second half, or at least get a little closer in the second half. We talked about a 3-goal advantage being almost insurmountable. This is the second time in this gold medal match that Dyno has opened up a 2-goal advantage, and all it takes is one more turnover and a score, and that really puts Origine behind the 8 ball.
Absolutely, and Origine defense have been shutting down the long game of Dynos. They've done a good job so far, but Dyno is just taking whatever Origine is giving them, so they just ran in order to move the disc forward. So zone defense once again by Dyno, which has created a lot of problem for Origine handlers so far.
And Gaudouin moves that back for Maëlys Le Chasseur. And Gaudouin has it now. Dyno giving her some space, looking for some help. Dishes that one off the tips of the fingers of Elodie Asselin, and that's the turnover that we just talked about. Here's Weatherup, Dominic Weatherup. Little flick to the far side, Hazel Perry with it. Perry. Cito Fung, about 5 yards out. All kinds of movement, little flick there. Perry looking for Cito Fung, she's got it!
Once again, Dyno's punishing the unforced error done by Origine and taking a 3-point lead, 1 point shy of taking the first half. So once again, so much depth into Dyno's roster. Whoever gets the disc is able to create either some movement or just move the disc around wisely in order to complicate Origine defendants' life.
Okay, you're the coach at Etienne Fournier. You see that they're down 3. You've got to either make an adjustment and allow their play to speak for itself, or what do you say to these kids when they find themselves in this position, something that's reasonably unfamiliar to them?
In order to beat Dyno's zone defense, I'd say, well, add a 4th handler and just make sure to stay super active. Move the disc around, do a little give and go just to create confusion, to make sure that that zone defense is moving around, because now it's being fairly steady, so it's easy to defend a disc that doesn't move that much. But when the disc moves around, you're always in the mindset of adapting, and when you adapt, that's where you create holes from an offensive offense standpoint. So I'd say, well, you know, let's do what we're good at. Let's be a little more safer with the disc, because, you know, we don't have the opportunity. They will punish us. If we give them away the disc, they will punish us. So make sure we keep the disc in our hand, be a little more safer, and let's, of course, be more active in order to break that zone defense.
Well, you get 2 halves or 2 timeouts per half. Origine has just utilized their final timeout of the half, and good time to call the timeout. It's still, everything's up for grabs here. They need a couple of defensive stops, and it would be great to be able to go into the break only down 1 instead of 3.
Absolutely. The good thing with the final is that you have 120 minutes of playing time, so clock is not an issue. Of course, the scoreboard, first team reaching out the 15-point mark wins the game, but so far there's still a lot of ultimate to be played. And even though Origine is not in the best position right now, Dyno's is in the driver's seat right now. So, but there's still a lot of ultimate remaining.
Origine. Get it, Manzi. Manzi. Flips that over. Breton for Enriquez. Manzi comes near side. Great grab there by Zoe Canuel to keep it alive. There's a quick flip, Manzi. Oh, good left hand. Pick that one out of the air, all the way across the field. Enriquez for Leclerc. Leclerc had Emily Barriere open downfield, couldn't get her the disc, and it's another turnover for Dyno.
Dyno is countering, and they've been very, very efficient so far in this game in order of counter strike, but there was a pick call.
Lilia Enriquez working to make life difficult for Lauren Zito Fung. The disc hung up for a minute, and it was scooped up by Weatherup. Or make that number 33, Tegan Nickel. Here's Lynn. Sin Young Lynn moves it back out. Sai. All the way downfield, into the end zone for the point. Ryan Young, what a great flip from Tegan Nickel downfield, and we've reached halftime.
So Dyno is taking the lead at halftime, 8-4. So having scored the last 3 points, and they have a total of 5 break points in this first half, while Origine, out of their 4 points, 2 of them were break point. If there's anything on Origine's side that can be hopeful, is that they will kick off the second half on offense with an opportunity to maybe close the gap that they're now trailing on.
They have to. Down by 4 after the first half. It's 8-4 Dyno, leading this junior women's gold medal match at the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships from Ultimate Parks International in Greeley, Ontario. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half coming up in just a minute.
Gabriel Pizza, proud supporter of local sports. Gabriel Pizza, home of the bigger, better pizza. Now available online at gabrielpizza.com.
Welcome to this week's Community News and Events. I'm Dave Hilson. In 1984, as a temporary measure, Ottawa began a food bank to address local food security. Unfortunately, that need remained and has reached its 40th anniversary. Although it's not a time of celebration as the community is facing its highest need to date. And helping those in need isn't possible without the help of volunteers and the generosity of people of Ottawa. During August, on Thursday evenings at a park near you, seize the opportunity to enjoy Shakespeare classic Macbeth in the park while helping your community. Visit the ottawafoodbank.ca for more information. And for all you golfers out there, a reminder of the Ottawa Sun Scramble happening August 19th to 25th at various golf courses around the city supporting the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So clean up your clubs and don't forget to keep your eye on the ball. And if you like fishing, the new Fly Fisher airs every Saturday at noon on Rogers TV 22. Check it out. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Join us Monday to Friday on Daytime Ottawa as we showcase some of the fabulous things that are happening in your city. We'll showcase some local businesses. We'll also have a little bit of fun with food and fashion. We'll talk a little health and wellness, and we'll share some of those inspirational stories of some of those local people that are doing absolutely amazing things. Tune in at 2 p.m. live Monday to Friday with repeats at 6 and 11 p.m.
Learn all about the creation of the National Capital Region on The History of Ottawa, according to Phil Jenkins, on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships from Ultimate Parks International here in Greeley, Ontario, just south of the nation's capital. Dan Mooney alongside Etienne Fournier, who's played in 138 of these national championships. We've established that earlier. A great first half. 4 lead changes in the early going of that first half, but Dyno just basically picked up the disc and ran with it, and now with a 4-goal lead, do they put it in cruise control to get their second gold medal in as many years?
Well, let me tell you that the cruise control is very, very fast. So they have scored the last 3 points of this first half to take off with the 4-point lead. And Dyno is all about execution. Well, we see Maëlys Lachasseur with an amazing long pass to her teammate Breton. So that was a great moment for Origine. But they have struggled on defense, and we see the intensity of number 42 in this instant, just laying out, landing on the ground, and then dishing it for the point So that's what Dynos has been all about. Strength in defense and amazing execution while they were holding the disc.
And taking advantage of Origine mistakes.
That's the thing, when you play such a strong and deep team, you cannot allow to do any mistake, which the zone defense of Dynos have driven a lot, have put pressure on Origine's handler, which led to a few turnovers, which they brilliantly took advantage of.
Origine opened the scoring with a great feed from Maëlys Le Chasseur. And this is the final goal of that first half, as Ryan Young absolutely untouched in the end zone. And what a tremendous pass there from Tegan Nickel to get her the disc to end that opening half.
I believe those two squads are the same level from an athletics standpoint, from a handling standpoint. Also, they are they have show great skills. But it's just a matter of execution and how will Origine be able to resolve Dyno's zone defense. As we mentioned, Dan, I believe that Origine should have involved a fourth handler in order to crash Dyno's zone defense and to be very, very active. Move the disc quick on short passing instead of looking at the big gainer, which is always very high risk.
You talk about the effectiveness of their defense, and it has been in this tournament for sure. But on the offensive side of the disc, you look at Dyno, and the way they work the triangle is tremendous. And that's just practice, practice, practice. How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, and then practice again. You're totally right, Dan. And that's what the amazing program in Vancouver, the Dynos program, as you mentioned, while during the pause that we just had, Dynos program has been existing for 2 years. So they had so far 4 opportunities of winning gold medal, and they won 3 out of 4, and they're on their way potentially to win their 4 out of 4 at the junior level, both women's and men's open.
Absolutely. So we just witnessed earlier Dynos in the men's division winning the gold medal just prior to this women's division finals.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Yes, they've had a tremendous amount of success in their 2-year existence, but whether or not they can sustain that, because most of these players are going to be graduating out of this division.
And that's the challenge in the junior division. If you want to consistently win championship, you got to make sure you build your base, and you have most of those programs have 2 or 3 teams taking part in those national championships in order to train and to ramp up new talent in the junior division.
There's the pull from Kathy Huang, and Origine gets the disc to start things off. And Gaudouin moves it out far side. Breton, Anaël Breton moves it back. Naomi Le Chasseur out there. They're trying to get the disc to Dupont, who's out there to start this second half. Maëlys Le Chasseur on the left-hand side. Altaba trying to defend against her. And Gaudouin, little shot up the middle. Maëlys Le Chasseur. 4-4. Dufour downfield, looking into the end zone. Can Breton come up with it? No, she cannot.
A gutsy throw by Origine. There was potentially 2 receivers, but there was also a very well-positioned defender on Dynos, just awaiting that throw and be waiting to defend it. And the throw just had just a little more, too much gas, which created another turnover in favor of Dynos.
On the arm, calling the foul on Anaël Breton. So that will come back. Origine got all excited there. They thought they had the turnover deep in Dyno's territory. But if Dyno's able to move the disc upfield and get another goal, they're kind of like Secretariat in the 1973 Belmont Stakes. The lead was 2 lengths, then it was 10 lengths, then it finished 23.
Absolutely. So while there's still some discussion on how did the foul occurred, it seems that I think it's Breton who's contesting that contact over the arms, or I think it's number 9, Zito Fong, if I'm not mistaken.
We'll have to get, there's numbers on the shorts, but sometimes the shorts ride up and conceal the number, so it's difficult to see.
So we've seen the transition, setting up a one-to-one defense with Dyno seems to have kind of a split stack, trying to isolate. But
tapped in. There's the turnover that Origine was looking for. Ngo Dui looking for somebody in the end zone, and she threw it too far for Naomi Le Chasseur.
We were talking about the execution. That's one great example that why Dynos is leading so far. They have not missed those opportunities since the beginning of the game.
Maëlys Le Chasseur almost made a steal there. Noor Al-Taba moves it up. There's the long huck into traffic once again, and Chloe Hunter comes down with it. Looking, goes to the goal line. It's Fung, or Lauren Fung, still with it. Little flip back for Young. Young in the coffin corner. Moves it back out to the middle for Nickel. Nickel's had some success here in this gold medal match. Looking for some movement, getting late in her stall count. Here's Nickel, moves that one out for Kathy Huang. Huang, back for Zoe Young, for Huang. Young along the goal line, into the hands of Chloe Hunter, but we've got a stoppage here and a foul called.
So great patience by the Dyno's handler, and it seems like the Cutters were just waiting for the opportunity to run and offer them as a target, but there was a lack of timing. But still, great patience by the Dyno's handler, just waiting for the right opportunity to take advantage of that potential break point.
Young, back out. Nickel. Tegan Nickel. Back out. Good defense by Origine, and a fantastic play by Maëlys Le Chasseur, and she's going downfield quickly for Breton. It's caught about 20 yards. Now she has to wait for some help, calls the timeout, and Origine will see what they can do. No scoring so far in this second half, which is a radical change from what we saw in that first half.
Is without any doubt the longest point we have witnessed in this women's final. And as you mentioned, Dan, how is Maëlys Le Chasseur Origine will play, will succeed as much as Maëlys Le Chasseur is playing on her top game. And she just did an amazing D about 2 yards shy of Origine's goal line. So just shutting down Dynos, and she just picked up the disc and do a 45-yard long pass to her teammate Breton, who she knew, well, Maëlys has the disc, I got to strike long, so I got to offer myself as a target. Absolutely. So great response by Le Chasseur and Origine on this last instance.
So some fresh legs out there. Yasmine Gavin out there, and Breton, Anaël Breton, with 2 goals in that first half, will get things going. Maëlys Le Chasseur still out there. I doubt you'll see her come off the field.
I doubt.
Breton calls a foul.
So the protocol, when there's a...
Didn't react, so now I think it's coming in on 1. Violation, yeah. You can do that in the play. Like, so if she calls fast count, you have one choice to drop down, but you didn't react, so now it's...
I'm coming solo.
Yeah.
So what?
Tapped in. Here we go. Ngo Dui. Little flip out there for Gavin. Gavin Dufour. Marianne Dufour tried to go into the end zone, and it didn't work out once again. Maëlys Le Chasseur, the intended target on that pass, just beyond her reach.
So we have seen maybe too many of these throws for Origine, kind of gutsy throws. Not a bad decision, but it's all about execution at this point. So you got to make sure to secure those possessions, especially when you're a few yards away from the goal line.
Nice pass up, Chloe Hunter, as Ryan Young. Little forehand in for Albata, but Noémie Le Chasseur called with a hack on the arm about 3 yards out, and now they'll discuss.
Sorry, accept. Accept?
Can I ask you?
Yes? Yes? All right, it's my opinion. So, ruling is no foul, so hold on. You will touch the disc. Stay where you are, touch the disc. 3, 2, 1, allowed. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Wait, yeah. So, tap the disc. 3, 2, 1, let everyone know. Okay? All right, go ahead.
Setting north.
Origine possession maintained in the coffin corner.
So Origine putting the disc back after a nice defense by Le Chasseur. Not the usual suspect, but the sister, Noémie.
Here's a steal, 1 yard out. Lauren Fung plays it back for Young. Young moves that one out. Right at the goal line. Quick hit into the end zone for the goal. But a foul called, 1 yard out.
I believe it was a pick call.
Discus tapped in. Flip to the outside. Young, Zoe Young into the end zone, and Noor Al-Tabah has the opening goal of this second half, and that makes the lead 5 in favor of Dyno.
So after a marathon point where Origine had their chances of securing this offense whole, it ends up being Dynos who scored not only their 4th consecutive point, but the first point of the second half being a break point. So kind of an ankle breaker for Origine in this women's grand final.
The gap now 5, and based on the way Origine has reacted to what Dyno is throwing at them, there doesn't seem to be a lot of success. So they're going to have to come up with something that's going to get behind the Dyno defense and give Origine an opportunity to stay in this one.
And as we mentioned, Dan, Origine had their opportunity. They worked very hard near the goal line. They had the opportunity of scoring, but they choose to go with some gutsy throws, which led to turnovers. And on the other hand, you see Dynos, whenever they can turn over the disc near the goal line, they just don't waste any opportunity, and they just take advantage of them.
Manzi, Breton, Enriquez. Little flip in, knocked down by Cito Fung. Back the other way comes Dyno. Here's Cito Fung once again. Little flick up there for Nina Tsai. Nina Tsai about 5 yards out. Throws that one in. Oh, a great grab there by Cito Fung right on the goal line. Plays it back out for Diane Shin. Forehand for Cito Fung. Tries to get her the return feed. The give and go didn't work this time. Back out. Weather up. Into the end zone for Cito Fung. And Dyno pulling away.
Cito Fung just expressing the wide range of her talent. Not only does she have quick feet, but she take advantage of her left and being able to go around the mark and just pass and running and offering themselves as a target in order to provide her team their 10th point. It's the 5th consecutive point that Dynos is scoring in this final. time is tough and time is running out for Origine. Dyno's entering the double-digit zone on the scoreboard.
5 points away from their second national championship in as many years. And at this point, Etienne, you're the coach. You can taste it.
You can taste it, and the players also can taste it. And at this point, if you're coaching Dynos, you don't have much to say to the players. Just play strong, stay focused, just finish the job. On the other end, Origine is under great pressure right now. They need to react, and they need to react now. We're already an hour, 10 minutes of a game that will last maximum 2 hours unless one of the two teams reaches the 15-point mark.
Good pull by Dyno. And Ngoudui moves that up for Maëlys Le Chasseur. Her pass doesn't go through. Knocked down. And back the other way comes Dyno. Great defensive play there by Nina Tsai. There's a flip. And Ngoudui knocks that one out of the air. So possession Origine. Back into the middle. Naomi Le Chasseur. Comes back out near side for Fu. New player Anaïs Schmidt out there. Ngoudui. Comes out near side. There's a drop. Not what Anaïs Schmidt was expected to do in her first appearance. There's a quick pass for Tsai. Nice little flip into the end zone for Weatherup for the goal. It's good. It's now 11-4.
Once again, Dyno's zone defense creating nightmares to Origine, and there's no hole. And when you think there's one, well, they find a way to block it. And when you block, you do a turnover in the red zone. Well, you only have a few yards, and in the transition, if you go quickly, which what Dyno's just executed, well, you just pass and run, and there's a ton of room there. Just put the disc in the space, and somebody will chase it down. So, once again, great display of the execution by the dark jerseys.
Second goal of the game for Dominic Weatherup of Dyno. And they are definitely in control of this gold medal final here at the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships. Dan Mooney, Etienne Fournier, and our entire Rogers TV crew so pleased to have you along for the ride here at the Canadian Championships.
So the last few days were about the Junior National Championship, but the upcoming 4 days will be all about Senior National Championship for both in the Open and Women's Division here at UPI near Ottawa. So looking forward that Senior National Championship.
Manzi. Breton. Back for Manzi. Left-handed flip to the far side. Manzi gets it again. Out there. Looking for Zoe Kenwell. Breton has it. Maëva Breton. Taps it down. We're underway once again. Breton. Back for Kenwell. Kenwell near side for Lessard. Lessard and another stoppage in play.
And we just saw number 7 when there was a swing pass to Lessard. We saw the receiver, Justine Leclerc, who ran away from the disc, and that's where she should go toward the disc in order to maybe have a 5 or 10 yards gain, but still you will move the disc upward, and you will force the defense to create some spacing. Now she's just shutting herself down because it's a long and gutsy throw to there, and there's somebody standing by in the long space to shut her down. So small details in order to play against a zone, but those small details make huge difference.
It looks as if fatigue might be a factor in Origine's play in this gold medal match too.
It seems like the last point really was an ankle breaker for Origine. You see just the body language. It looks like they're as engaged as we've seen them in the game.
Disc is going to go here. Defense,
Yeah, the first
Where you were when she caught it, you need to come check
6
it
or
in.
7 possessions for
Where
each
you are-
team. I mean, 4 lead changes, and then
Yeah, wherever
seemingly
you were when
Dyno
she got
just
the disc.
grabbed
Yes, but you can. So
the
when the
steering wheel
defense
and the
says they're
gas
ready, and then
pedal
you
and-
ground tap, okay?
and just planted it, and they've been in control ever since. Here's Lassard. Lassard for Manzi. Manzi. Underway once again. Little flip for Lassard. Canwell back. Here's Manzi looking to go downfield. Looking for Florence Labonte, who was downfield in the end zone. Breaking. Here's Manzi once again. Near side. Canwell. Oh, this is Lassard. Canwell with it now. Manzi. Tremendous open field press by Dyno. Lassard goes far side. Breton moves it up. Here's Breton into the middle for Manzi. Manzi for Leclerc. Leclerc didn't get rid of it quickly enough. Had someone breaking there to the open field, and there's the pick inside the end zone. Back the other way comes Dyno. Weather up.
Beautiful execution, Origine, but just falling short.
Despite a great effort there from Hazel Peary, that results in another turnover.
And Peary just calling injury on this last layout. She stood up and got off the field on her own, which is always a good news, but there's a injury substitution on Dynos, and Origine will also switch number 7 Leclerc for Le Chasseur number 13.
Hey, what are we? Set or person? Set.
Another discussion and
Let
a
that
card
come straight
issued. A blue card, which is a warning before the yellow card.
Just to say, hey, you got to pay attention. Make sure you're aware of where your body is and where the other bodies on the field are.
2 yellow cards, you're gone. Red card, you're gone. Little flick to the goal line. Maëlys Le Chasseur now looking for some help. Little flick into the end zone. Canwell scores, and Origine has to be a little proud of that goal.
Ton of pressure, relief off the Origine shoulder with that 5th point. They're still trailing by 6, but oh, that must have felt good because they had so many opportunities that they were not able to convert so far. But they were disciplined, taking the disc right in the midfield and working their way up towards the end zone in order to score that 5th point. But still, Dynos in the driver's seat, leading by 6.
Origine using this opportunity to keep their players in it. And that, when you're in this situation as a coach, this will really determine the level of your coaching ability to get into your players' heads and make them need to do the things that they need to do and push them in the direction that gives them an opportunity to succeed.
Absolutely. And on the other end, we have to keep in mind that this is a junior division. These are all wonderful athletes, but there's so many things still to learn. There's great sets of skills on how to manage your energy and how to manage your mental state of mind also. So it's something that you learn by playing those finals games and by playing those, those gold medal and bronze medal games, and that's where you grow up.
Weather up for Tessa Bell. Bell into the middle. Cito Fung for Peary, who's back into the game. Weather up for Cito Fung. Peary. Dyno just moving the disc with such authority. A chance for Cito Fung, looking for the travel there. Nothing coming. Weather up into the end end zone. Maëlys Le Chasseur with the interception. Read that perfectly. Back the other way. Julien Bayard moves it up, looking deep for Elodie Asselin. Can't come up with it. Another turnover.
All fired up from Maëlys Le Chasseur after this great defense and nice give and go this exchange, but just a little too much gas. But what a run. Great decision, but just a little too far away.
Well, if you're thinking about field position, that was a great punt.
It was. It was.
There's a flick for Leong. Leong all the way down. Weatherup grabs it. Now she's got to wait for some help. Weatherup has 28 in the end zone. Complete to Sin Young Lin. And it's 12-5 Dyno.
We mentioned that many times, Dan, throughout this gold medal game. It's all about execution, and in the execution statistical, Dyno's is leading right now. Just how many, just the way they're moving the disc along, completing their pass, keeping it simple but steady, while Origine is a little more gutsy. Well, when you're trailing, sometimes you gotta try.
You gotta take chances.
You gotta push things up, otherwise you know you're gonna lose. So they're trying things that they cannot complete. And the last pass, what a pass by Le Chasseur. It just went like 60 yards up, but still incomplete. So, and Dyno's just took it back and scored their 12 points. Now 3 points shy from a gold medal.
Well, in defense of Le Chasseur's attempt at the long ball, Elodie Asselin did everything she possibly could to get there, but it's just beyond her reach. And it resulted in the turnover, and didn't take Dyno too much time to get downfield. And Sin Young Ling wide open in the end zone on a beautiful feed from Weatherup, who was just waiting at the goal line for everybody to get back downfield.
Zone defense by Dyno.
Dyno in black, Origine in white, out to the brick. Henriquez moves it back, Breton. In for Manzi. Manzi, the lefty, gets it out. Henriquez, back to Manzi. Trying to work the pyramid, gets the disc over the far side for Lessard. Lessard with it. Little flip for Breton, in for Manzi. Manzi looks downfield, and another great defensive play, this time by number 24, Chloe Hunter, but she turns it over. Young dropped it, and another opportunity here for Origine. Tapped in, Anzi for Henriquez at the goal line, in coffin corner. Forced back out, Manzi sends that one back out for Breton. Breton for Lessard. Lessard looking quickly into the end zone, had to go back. Manzi. Manzi still with it, finds Lessard in the middle. Lessard into the corner. Imon waited, got it to Leclerc, and Origine scores once again.
Great patience by the Origine handlers, just holding on, moving the disc from left to right and left to right and right to left in order to create some spacing, which they were able to create, but nice give and go. And finishing things off with just a little dish, finding Leclerc for Origine, 6 points. They're still trailing by 6, while the Dynos is just 3 points away from bringing home some golden hardware.
And they get possession of the disc next.
Absolutely, and they have been proven very, very successful on the receiving end of the pool.
According to our clock, we're at the 71.5-minute mark. That is certainly not the official clock. That's what we're basing. What do you got?
We've been playing for an hour, 25 minutes out of the intended 2 hours, unless somebody reaches a 15-point mark, which Dyno is 3 points shy of.
Perry splits it out. Cito Fung. Nice grab there by Tessa Bell. Bell moves that up. Side. Out for Bell. Bell. Far side for Lauren Cito Fung. Has to wait for some help. Gets it. Bell looks left. Goes up the middle, right into the hands of Perry. Hazel Perry with it. About 10 yards out. Perry to the goal line. Cito Fung. Cito Fung has it. Looking for Perry to break. Into the end zone for the grab. It's 13-6. Dyno.
Great handling by Dyno once again, just flawless execution, and once they've entered the red zone, they're being very, very disciplined, and great footwork by the receiver of this last point. Just great textbook execution by the dark jerseys, and once again 2 points away from another national title, which would be they were the defending champion, and they will obviously being successful in defending their title.
And that makes the long flight back to Vancouver a little shorter too.
You have something to declare upon boarding the plane, but it's always an easier way home. So Dyno's 4-0 in the pool play, and they won 15-6 against West in the quarterfinal, and they've also beaten Team Manitoba 15-2 in the semifinals. So just cruising along this national championship.
Yeah, they're in mid-gallop right now, 2 points away from another gold medal for Dyno. We saw in the junior men's open division gold medal match, Dyno had a slow start. It was 8-4, but then they picked it up. It was 8-4 at the half, and they ended up defeating. Hang on, I got it.
It was Ignite.
Yeah, it was Ignite from Ottawa by a score of 15-9, and 9 points, by far the largest offensive onslaught against Dyno in the junior men's open division, and you have to wonder whether or not you can take a level of out of the fact that you got 6 points against this Dyno defense in the junior women's championship.
You're all right. You're all right. And we've talked a lot about the amount of talent in the Vancouver region, which led to this great program of Dyno. But let's give also a ton of credit to the junior community around Quebec City. They have done an amazing job of developing the sport in many high schools, and just making sure that the kids have disc in their schoolyard. And
it's now a popular high school sport.
It is, and it's probably one of the fastest growing junior community in the country. So lots of people putting a lot of effort in putting disc into kids' hands to make sure they throw and they run with it and have fun, and of course through the spirit of the game.
Leclerc, Manzi, Origine moving the disc very well here in the second half, just not being rewarded the way that they would like to be. Lassard, near side, little flick for Manzi. Ava Manzi dishes off for Leclerc. Leclerc back for Lassard. Far side, Henriquez. Henriquez looking into the end zone. The layout just beyond the reach of Beatrice Nadeau.
That was a laser throw come by Origine that fell just out of reach, about maybe a few inches off the Nadeau's hand. But the great build up around Dyno's zone defense, but still just running short of execution near the end zone. But here's another opportunity for Origine.
Bad turnover by Dyno in their own end of the field. Enriquez looking into the end zone. Got it! Leclerc has it. And Origine is not going away.
Interestingly, Dan, at the beginning of the game, both teams were exchanging points. But now Dynos have scored 6 consecutive points to end the first half and to enter the second half. But now we've been exchanging points over the course of the last 5 points of this women gold medal finals. So Origine hanging in there, but still trailing by 6, taking advantage of this turnover in the red zone by Dyno.
They'll keep going as long as they can stay alive. 13-7. Dyno in front. The lead was as much as 7. Now back down to 6.
And Dyno on the receiving end of the pool, kicking things off on offense. Great pull, landing in the end zone. Great distance.
Bell moves it up. Here's Weatherup. Looks at Tessa Bell and gives it back to her. Little bad flip. Great save there by Nina Tsai. Disc comes out. Bell for Lauren Cito Fung. Bell back into the middle. Nice defensive play there. Anais Schmidt anticipated that beautifully.
Great break opportunity, about 10 yards shy from the end zone for Origine.
Back into the end zone. That goes incomplete. Interesting that Marie-Lise Le Chasseur was breaking to the outside and she had an opportunity to make a play there, but they couldn't get her the disc. Sai for Cito Fung. Back the other way comes Dyno. Tessa Bell. Cito Fung. Here's to Bell on the near side. Looks downfield, forced back to Weatherup, all the way back for Sai. Nina Tsai. Inside for Lauren Cito Fung for Weatherup. Weatherup. Cito Fung. Into the hands of Leong. Kathy, or Mikatsuki Leong. Weatherup, back out. Hazel Peary for Weatherup in Coffin Corner. Little flick inside, Peary has it, and Dyno just a goal away from another Canadian championship.
Once again, Dyno not leaving any room for error. Origine was on the goal line. They had an opportunity to score a break point, but they run short of execution, and Dyno just took it back, crossed the 70 yards, and was very, very patient in the end zone in order to get to being 1 point away from their defending championship.
So you start thinking about player of the game. Who are you looking at right now, Etienne?
Well, I'd say from a Dyno perspective, number 9, Lauren Cito Fung. She is so talented, so quick. She can do it all. She can run, she can cut, she can pass, she can defend, she can lay out. She's such a complete player, and she had such a great impact, just like many other players, but I think she really stood out in this gold medal game.
2 goals and 2 assists for Lauren Cito Fung. And, of course, you don't have to look very far on the Origine side of the ledger, Maëlys Le Chasseur with 4 assists in this one, but you can only do so much as an individual. This is a team game.
You're absolutely right.
Breton for Manzi looking into the end zone. Great grab there by Joignez-vous, and Origine sticking around.
Just a feel-good point for Origine, just a flawless execution, just moving along very well, did this, not allowing Dyno defense to set things up. And what a great pass by Manzi in the end zone, just parallel to the sideline, and what a great cut by the Origine receiver. So just a feel-good point for the Quebec City squad.
Well, they finished 4th last year in these national championships. Origine, they're going to get a silver medal out of this one this year, which is an improvement within their program, and they have to take the positives where they can get them.
And totally something they can totally be proud of, the way they play and the way the success they had during this whole season. They only had, that will be their second loss, assuming they're losing, which would, unless there's a dramatic turnover, the way Dyno is playing right now, leading by 6. But still, Origine has everything to be proud of their season.
Well, they're just giving Dyno great field position. This could be a national championship on this drive. Here's Bell for Peary. Lawrencito Fung. Near side, Lynn. Down low for Tsai into the end zone. It's over! For the second consecutive year, Dyno is the Canadian champion in the junior women's division of these Canadian Ultimate Championships 2024. Their second championship in as many years, and they're loving this moment, aren't they, Etienne?
Well, they indeed do, and with all the great reason. Well, we're seeing also the men's joining their women's teammate to celebrate the program's victory in this junior national championship. What a great achievement. While we're seeing on replay the last point of this gold medal game. So nice little flick in the space, leading the dark jerseys to a gold medal to get back to Vancouver, where they're based out from. So congratulations to the Dyno women's division team and also to the men's for winning both gold medal, and congratulations to Origine for what a great battle they
and a great tournament too.
Absolutely, they suffered only 2 losses throughout this season. It was against the national champions. So
well, you take the positives where you can, especially in light of the entire program. Origine, with, like as you mentioned, the only 2 losses in their entire week here in the nation's capital to Dyno. Once in the in the pool play, and here in the gold medal final. And for 2 teams to come out of the same pool, I really think it says a lot of the top 8 in this country.
Absolutely. So one thing's for sure is that the junior division in Canada is very, very healthy, and there's a ton of very, very dedicated program just building the new generation of players on both the women's and the men's side. So it's looking great for Canada's future in regards of ultimate frisbee.
Etienne Fournier selected, Lawrencito Fung. 2 goals, 2 assists in this one, but such a tremendous presence as she showers her teammate with water and a whole bunch of love at this point. She leads Dyno to a 15-8 victory in the gold medal game of the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships in the junior women's division here in the nation's capital. 15-8, their second consecutive national championship. For Etienne Fournier and our entire Rogers TV crew, I'm Dan Mooney. Thanks so much for the company. So long from Ultimate Parks International and the 2024 Canadian Ultimate Championships.
Takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.